Right now, I'm going to explain to you Real Broker. It's the fastest growing publicly traded brokerage in the country right now, and for good reason. I'm going to explain the fees, the caps, the technology, the training that's available, the culture behind Real, and finally some incredible opportunities that additionally come with Real that I myself was not even interested in until recently. So I'm gonna just talk to you like we know each other, really very casual and conversational like. Maybe we do know each other, maybe we don't, but the point is, I'm pretty real. I'm just gonna keep it as is and go with the flow. Big overview, Real is a cloud-based brokerage, similar to EXP or LPT if you're familiar with those. If not, totally fine. This means that everything is online. Now this has some incredible benefits because the overhead is almost nothing, right? No brick and mortar, no office spaces, no desk fees, no splits to the local brokerage along with the extra corporate split that goes to them. None of that. So that's the big change. And in reality, it took me just a little bit to actually get comfortable with that idea. But now that I'm fully, here with Real, I absolutely love it and couldn't imagine it going back the other way. I am going to do another video on the pros and cons of Real itself because for some, the lack of an office space might be construed as a con, certainly. But if you're willing to listen to the rest of this video, I'm sure that you'll also find, as I did, that the benefits far outweigh the expenses. Speaking of expenses, the splits and fees at Real are some of the lowest in the entire industry. But again, let's think about it. Because it's a cloud-based brokerage with minimal overhead, there isn't really a reason to have fees that high anyway. The splits at Real Broker are 85-15, and the cap is $15,000. Only $15,000. I'm embarrassed to say that I didn't really fully understand caps for a long time. After you pay them $15,000 total for a year, in those 15% of the splits that go to them, you keep 100% of your commissions. My previous brokerage didn't have a cap. Pausing for dramatic effect. I paid them hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years. Once you reach 15K as far as capping, then it changes to a small per transaction fee of about $285. There's also a small $30 E&O fee per transaction. Otherwise, that's it. There are no other monthly fees. There is a small onboarding fee of $250 when you come into Real, and then there is a renewal fee every year annually of like $750. Now let's pause for a second. If you're an agent who has been around for a while, maybe you've been in a few different brokerages, you understand that that's really low. That's very inexpensive. No desk fees. Only a $15,000 cap. After that, it's just a transactional fee of $285. That's cheap. This must be just a shell of a company with nothing behind it, right? Let's talk about technology. Now, obviously, being a cloud-based brokerage, they better be good at technology, right? Otherwise, they're gonna spend all their money on some sort of call center to have people handle all of their customer service questions. Good thing, Real is actually leading the entire brokerage industry with their technology. Real comes with an app called Reason, and depending on what state you're in, virtually everything you need is right there, consolidated in one easy-to-use platform. Transaction management software similar to SkySlope. I mean, you can tell it's just an exact knockoff of SkySlope. There's digital signing software called Real Signature. Pretty original, right? It's just like DocuSign or DigiSign. Again, they just copied it, same thing. And then of course your dashboard that tracks your buy sides, your sell sides, your transaction volume, GCI, where you're at with your caps and your splits, where you're at with your revenue share, where you're at with your stock options, retirement plan. Yeah, they got that too. Everything you need to run your business. Heck, they've even got a website right there for you as well. And the best part is there's an app version of it that you can use straight from your phone. You can do all this from your phone. It's pretty incredible. Reason offers everything except being your CRM, which for years I didn't even have a CRM. It was just a Google spreadsheet. So it's not like a CRM is absolutely critical, but Real has an option for that too. They offer a discounted price for a CRM called Lofty, formerly known as Chime if you're familiar with that. I'm just gonna tell you, this is one of the most powerful CRMs that I've ever seen. And then after doing some additional research, it is the most powerful CRM that I've ever even heard of. I've used Boomtown, Follow Up Boss, and a few others to be honest, and this blows all of them away. Now if you go to the website, Lofty's pretty spendy. It is $450 per month. But because you're an agent with Real, we get a massively discounted price on Lofty. The discounted price is $40 per month. I don't know how they afford to do this. Again, this is one of those extra value added perks that I wasn't really aware of or even cared about when I joined over. But now that I've been using Lofty for months now, I can't believe, there's no way I would ever go back to not using a CRM like Lofty. The stuff it can do is insane, and I will definitely have to do another video on Lofty in the future. I'll write a note. The next thing I want to talk about is the training, and this might bleed a little bit into culture a bit because the training that is offered here at Real is pretty incredible. Now, in most offices, there might be a training offered once a week in the office where, you know, maybe one of your top producers will stand up there in front of the office and talk about, you know, their sphere and how they contact their sphere or something like that. Well, Real has this platform where top producers from all over the country can get on there and talk about the things that they're doing that actually work in their marketplace. And they cover a massive variety of topics. You want to learn about YouTube, social media, or farming, or listing presentations, buyer presentations, FISBOs, Google Ads, sphere of influence, all kinds of stuff, anything, period. And it's actually taught by agents who are actually using it and having success with it. Not only that, but Sharon Suvatsa is one of the industry's leading real estate trainers and thought leaders. And he regularly holds training sessions himself, which is an incredible advantage. Now, these trainings are free to anyone at Real, and actually many of them are also free to agents that are not Real agents. Now, the reason that these trainings are so plentiful is partly to do with the culture here at Real. Everyone here at Real Broker wants Real Broker to be as successful as possible because we all own a stake in the company. Gosh, we haven't even talked about stocks yet. We'll get to that later. My point is that the better that we all do as agents, the better the company does, and the more the stock goes up. We believe in collaboration over competition. So top producing agents are actually incentivized by helping everyone else. And the most wonderful thing about this training platform and philosophy is that a top producer in Tennessee doesn't care if they give away the farm and all of their actual real world secrets to some agent who might be tuning into the training who lives maybe in Oregon. They're not actually in competition anyway. The final piece of this brokerage is the other financial incentives that come with Real. If you're not interested and this isn't for you, totally fine, totally understand. You can just click off this video and think about all of the other benefits that we've already talked about, why Real is such a great company. I mean, actually, those previous details alone were enough to get me to switch. But we're gonna talk about two more things: stock options and revenue share. Real is a publicly traded company, and you were incentivized to help Real grow by being really good at real estate. But not only that, when you complete your first deal, you get some stock. When you cap, you get shares of stock. When you bring agents onto the company, you can get shares of stock. When you complete transactions, you can additionally buy stock out of the commission. Real will even contribute to your bought stock. You're going to be buying and or earning stock in the company as you transact your normal real estate business. Some will opt to push the limits and invest as much as they can, and some may want to opt out. But I'll tell you now, I have almost earned my $15,000 cap that I've paid into Real back in the value of stocks that I have and how that value has actually gone up because the stock price is going up. This is a huge opportunity for anyone who wants to build wealth in their lives and in their business over time, which I guess who isn't, right? Now, the last thing that I want to talk about, this is a huge opportunity and something that, again, I said in the very beginning of this video, I had no interest in when I came to Real, and that is rev share. Now, you haven't heard of Real before. Well, I mean, maybe you have, but there's a reason that you haven't really heard of it anywhere other than word of mouth. That's because Real Broker doesn't really have an advertising budget or like a marketing budget to get the word out there. Remember, they're the fastest growing publicly traded real estate brokerage in the country without any marketing dollars. That's because our agents are the marketers. It's called agent attraction. And we grow by telling other agents about how awesome Real is. Just like you watching this video. Now, in order to join Real Brokerage, you have to have a sponsor. We don't just let anybody into the club. You name a sponsor when you sign up, and that sponsor gets a portion of your commission splits. Now, there's a lot to this and more than I care to share in a 12-ish minute video, But just know that the more people that sign up or name you as their sponsor, the more revenue share you can earn. And beyond that, there are levels to this game too. There are 5 tiers of rev share. Agents can get revenue off of the agents directly below them and directly below their agents, and so on and so forth, 5 levels deep. Now, all of this rev share is obviously based on production, so you can't just attract a lot of agents to go under you that don't actually sell real estate, because then there's no actual revenue to share, right? But the opportunity that this represents is incredibly substantial. Take this for example. For every agent that caps $4,000 of their $12,000 cap split goes to the agent that was their sponsor. If that agent has 5 agents underneath them that all cap, that's an additional $20,000 in rev share for that agent every year. The next level down, assuming that everyone caps, is $3,200 per agent. And you could probably do the math. It can get lucrative pretty quickly. Now, this is not, again, something that I was interested in initially, but I have to say EXP has a very similar model, and they are now at over 85,000 agents strong. Real, when I joined, had just a little over 10,000 agents, and this was 5 months ago, and now has over 18,000 agents. It's growing extremely fast and presents a huge opportunity for everyone who wants to help Real grow. Look, if you'd like to know more about Real Broker, I'd be happy to talk. I promise, nothing gimmicky, pushy, salesy, hate all that stuff, right? Point is, I'm Real. It'll just be a nice, easygoing conversation. Check out my contact information below in the description of this video. Call or text is easiest. I'll also be having lots of additional videos coming out soon that kind of further break down Real and going into some of the details of some of the fine print so that you're more informed. In fact, you should probably go ahead and subscribe and hit the little bell notification just so that you can hear more about my story and why and how I joined Real to see if it's something that might be right for you. Thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.